Isabella thought it was just one small decision. One harmless moment. But that single choice would follow her for the rest of her life, twisting into something darker than she could have ever imagined. By the time she realized the truth, it was already too late, and there was no way back. But what exactly did she do? It all started on a quiet Thursday night. The kind of night where nothing ever happens. Isabella sat alone in her room, scrolling through messages she didn't fully understand. One notification stood out, strange, unexpected, and just a little unsettling. She hesitated. Should she open it, or ignore it? That hesitation would cost her everything. The message wasn't from anyone she knew. No profile picture. No name. Just a single sentence, "You already know the truth." Her heart skipped. What truth? Who sent this? And why her? She told herself it was just a prank, but deep down, she felt something was wrong, terribly wrong. Before we go further, if you enjoy stories that keep you on edge, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around, because this one only gets darker. Isabella didn't know it yet, but that message was just the beginning of something she couldn't escape, and neither will you. She tried to ignore it. Closed her phone. Turned off the lights. But sleep didn't come. Her mind kept replaying those words. You already know the truth. What could it mean? Was it a mistake? Or was someone watching her? That question lingered longer than she expected. The next morning, everything felt normal, almost too normal. Her friends laughed, her classes went on, and no one mentioned anything strange. But Isabella couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted. Like the world looked the same, but wasn't. Was she imagining things, or missing something obvious? Then it happened again. Another message. This time, longer. You made the choice. Now you have to live with it. Isabella froze. What choice? She hadn't done anything, right? Or had she forgotten something? Something small, something she didn't think mattered, but clearly did. Her hands started to shake. She scrolled back through her recent actions, searching for anything unusual. A conversation. A decision. A moment she might have overlooked. But nothing stood out. Everything seemed normal, and that's what made it even more terrifying. Later that day, she noticed something odd. Her best friend, Mia, was acting distant. Avoiding eye contact. Whispering with others. Isabella tried to approach her, but Mia stepped away. Why? What had changed? Had that message somehow affected more than just her? That's when Isabella remembered something. A small decision from a few days ago. Something she barely thought about at the time. She had seen something she wasn't supposed to see. And instead of speaking up, she chose to stay silent. Could that really be it? Her chest tightened. That moment came rushing back. She had witnessed something wrong. Not illegal, but not right either. And she told no one. She convinced herself it wasn't her problem. But now, someone clearly thought it was. And they weren't letting her forget. The messages kept coming. Each one more specific. More personal. Details no stranger should know. Silence makes you part of it. That line hit hard. Was she responsible? Could staying quiet really make her guilty? Or was someone trying to manipulate her into believing that? Isabella decided to confront Mia. She couldn't take the tension anymore. But when she did, Mia's reaction wasn't what she expected. There was fear in her eyes. Real fear. You shouldn't have seen that, Mia whispered. And suddenly, everything got worse. Wait, Mia knew? That meant this wasn't random. This was connected. But how deep did it go? And why was Mia acting like Isabella was the problem? Questions flooded her mind, but answers were slipping further away. That's when Isabella realized she wasn't just a bystander anymore. That night, Isabella received a video. No text. Just a file. Her hands trembled as she opened it. What she saw made her blood run cold. It was her. Watching. Standing there, doing nothing. Someone had recorded everything. But who was behind the camera? The angle didn't make sense. It wasn't from a phone. It wasn't from a person nearby. It was hidden, planned. Someone had set this up long before she even realized what was happening. That meant one thing: she had been watched for much longer than she thought. Her reality started to crumble. Every memory felt uncertain. Every moment questioned. Who could she trust? Her friends? Her surroundings? Even herself? If someone had been watching her this closely, what else did they know? And what would they do next? She tried to delete the messages. Block the sender. Shut it all down. But nothing worked. The messages kept coming, like they existed beyond her control. You can't erase what you've done. That line echoed louder than anything before. Was this punishment, or something worse? Isabella decided to tell someone. Anyone. She went to a teacher, hoping for help. But halfway through explaining, she stopped. The teacher's expression changed. Not confused, not concerned, but knowing. That look made Isabella's stomach drop instantly. You shouldn't get involved, the teacher said quietly. That wasn't advice, it was a warning. Isabella backed away, heart pounding. Why would a teacher say that? Unless they already knew. Unless this wasn't just her problem, but something much bigger. Everything clicked at once. The silence. The fear. The strange behavior. This wasn't just about one moment. It was a network, a system, something hidden in plain sight. And Isabella had stepped into it without even realizing. But now, she couldn't step out. Her phone buzzed again. Now you understand. Isabella stared at the message, her reflection faint in the screen. Did she really understand? Or was she just seeing the surface of something far deeper? One thing was clear, this wasn't over. She had a choice again. Speak up, or stay silent. But this time, the stakes were higher. Much higher. Because now she knew the truth wasn't just dangerous, it was controlled. And anyone who challenged it disappeared from the story completely. With shaking hands, Isabella made her decision. She spoke. She told everything she knew. Every detail. Every moment. And for a brief second, she felt relief. Like she had finally done the right thing. But that feeling didn't last long. Because the next morning, everything was different. Her messages were gone. The videos, gone. Even Mia acted like nothing had ever happened. It was as if the entire situation had been erased. Completely. Cleanly. Like it never existed at all. But Isabella remembered. Every second. Every detail. And that was the problem. Because now she was the only one who knew. The only one who couldn't forget. And the only one left wondering, what happens to people who remember too much? She made a choice. She spoke the truth. And yet, somehow, she still lost. So now the question remains, was staying silent the safer option, or was she doomed the moment she saw the truth in the first place? And if you were in her place, what would you have done? Days passed, but nothing felt real anymore. Conversations sounded hollow. Smiles looked forced. Isabella walked through her life like a stranger in her own story. Had everything truly reset, or was everyone pretending? And if they were pretending, who was forcing them to? She started testing reality. Asking subtle questions. Bringing up small details only Mia should remember. But every time, the answers were blank. Empty. Like those moments had been erased from existence. Was it possible to delete the past, or rewrite it completely? Then came the first crack. A whisper in the hallway. Two students talking. She wasn't supposed to remember, one said quietly. Isabella froze mid-step. They noticed her and instantly went silent. Why would they say that? And who decided what she should remember? Her pulse quickened. That confirmed it, this wasn't over. Not even close. There were others who knew. Others who remembered, or at least knew enough to be afraid. But why wasn't anyone speaking up? What were they so scared of? That night, Isabella searched her room. Every drawer. Every corner. She didn't even know what she was looking for until she found it. A small, hidden camera. Tucked where no one would ever casually notice. Her breath stopped instantly. It had been there the entire time. Watching. Recording. Capturing every moment of her life. Which meant the video she received wasn't a one-time thing. It was part of something ongoing. Something deliberate. But who would go this far, and why her? She unplugged it immediately. Hands trembling, mind racing. But as soon as she did, her phone buzzed. That was a mistake. Isabella stared at the message, fear tightening her chest. They knew. Instantly. How could they respond so fast? This wasn't just observation. It was control. Real-time control. Whoever was behind this wasn't just watching, they were monitoring her every move. Predicting her actions. Reacting instantly. And suddenly, Isabella realized something chilling. She hadn't found the camera. They let her find it. Every step she took, every discovery, was part of a path they designed. That meant her choices weren't really choices at all. So the question became, had she ever been in control? Her mind spiraled. If everything was planned, then what about the messages? The video? Even her decision to speak out? Was that expected too? Was this entire situation just an experiment, and she was the subject? Desperate for answers, Isabella left her house. No phone. No bag. Just her thoughts. She needed distance. Space to think. But as she walked down the street, something felt off. Too quiet. Too still. Like the world itself was holding its breath. Then she saw it. A car. Parked across the street. Engine running. Windows tinted. It hadn't been there before. Or had it? Isabella slowed her steps. Her instinct screamed at her to turn back, but something pushed her forward instead. The car door opened. A man stepped out. Calm. Composed. Like he had been waiting. Waiting for her. Isabella's heart pounded louder with every step he took toward her. Who was he, and how much did he know? You're not supposed to remember this much, he said quietly. His voice wasn't threatening, but it wasn't kind either. It was controlled. Measured. Like everything else in this nightmare. Isabella tried to speak, but no words came out. What is this? She finally managed. The man studied her for a moment, then sighed. A correction, he said. That word hit harder than anything before. A correction? As if her entire experience was just an error? You made the wrong choice, he continued. You were supposed to stay silent. Isabella felt the ground shift beneath her. So this was about her decision. But if speaking out was wrong, what would have happened if she stayed quiet? Her mind raced with possibilities. Would everything have stayed normal? Would Mia still be her friend? Would none of this have happened? Or was this outcome inevitable, no matter what she chose? Can you fix it? Isabella asked, her voice barely steady. The man paused. For a moment, his expression softened, almost human. We can try, he said. But something in his tone made it clear, this wouldn't be simple. Before she could react, everything went dark. Not slowly. Not gradually. Instantly. Like a switch had been flipped. Isabella felt herself slipping, falling into nothing. Was this the end, or just another reset? She woke up in her room. Morning light through the window. Her phone beside her. Everything looked normal. Again. Too normal. Her heart raced as she grabbed her phone, afraid of what she might find. No messages. No videos. No unknown sender. Just a regular day waiting to begin. Isabella exhaled slowly. Had it all been a dream? A nightmare? Or something far more real than she wanted to believe? Then her phone buzzed. A new message. From a saved contact this time. Mia. Isabella hesitated before opening it. Her hands felt cold. Because deep down, she already knew something wasn't right. The message read, "This time, don't make the same mistake." Isabella stared at the screen, her reflection staring back at her. This time? That meant, it had all happened before. So now the question is, how many times has Isabella already made that choice?